Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we are back with another banging video. Now in this video we're gonna talk about Ye's former assistant, Lauren Pachetta. She's back. She's back, honey. She's back with an amended lawsuit. Again, if you guys can remember, she originally sued Ye back in 2024 after he allegedly sent her some series of vile text messages and videos before firing her. Now, if you can remember, she had her friend, Nikki Heaton, who basically said that they were invited to a studio session by Ye and Sean Diddy Combs. And they were handed something to drink by someone else, not Ye. And then, they started feeling weird. Nikki Heaton said she went looking for Lauren Pachetta. She found Kanye on top of her in the bathroom. She had to take Lauren Pachetta out of there and, make good their escape. That is Nikki Heaton's story. Now, Lauren Pachetta came out shortly after, and in her lawsuit, she said she's not sure what took place at the studio session. And I was saying, if your friend Nikki Heaton is telling the world what took place, you should know what took place, because how is it that you're not going to believe your friend? Why would you come to the internet and say why would you put in a lawsuit and say you don't know what took place, but your friend is telling the internet what took place? Now, also, if you can remember, Lauren Pachetta said that after that entire situation at the studio took place, she met Ye at a function. She was doing OnlyFans. Ye told her to leave that, come to God, come work for Yeezy's. She was working at Yeezy's and Ye would send her inappropriate messages, video calls, asking her about the size of her boyfriend penis and all of that jazz. Ye would corner her in a bathroom while they were on a flight to Paris, and she made a demand for a ridiculous salary increase. I don't remember the number at this point. Ye's accountant advised Ye that this girl was taking disadvantage of him. The accountant was very nice with a choice of words, because the accountant said something along the lines of, he's not saying she is not worth that increase, but as it relates to her job title, there's nothing under her job title that warrants her such a ridiculous increase. And Ye was advised by the accountant to let go of Lauren Pachetta, because the accountant could, actually believe Lauren Pachetta was just hustling Ye, because she was already getting a ridiculous salary, like she was overly paid. She was handsomely paid, but she wanted more. And the accountant advised Ye to let her go. Now, even though she claimed numerous inappropriate actions towards her, she did not choose to resign or anything, because maybe she needed the money and had to put up with that kind of behavior. But then Kanye had to fire her to save her from Kanye. Now, after Kanye had terminated Lauren Pachetta's service on the request of his accountant, Lauren Pachetta moved close to Kanye West, living on the same apartment 4 doors down, so she could still continue doing work for Kanye West, on a few projects like Yeezy, Adidas campaign and all of that. So she was now officially off the books, but she was getting paid. If I had to make an assumption, my assumption would be, she was finally being paid what the accountant advised Ye not to pay her. That would be my assumption, because why would you move 4 doors down? Now, after that, she said that Ye terminated her. Ye was not taking her call. Ye had promised her a severance of $3 million, and she hasn't received it. So she sued Ye back in 2024. She wanted the $3 million promised severance plus $1 million for Kanye's assault, battery, stalking, sexual battery, sex trafficking, false imprisonment, and more. But the thing for me, that consistently doesn't make sense in her claim is the fact that she is now coming with new allegations, right? Because she is accusing him of new sexual assault claims along with a bunch of other things. Now, what she's saying is that during a business trip, they were staying at a hotel in San Francisco where they were breaking ground on Ye's new Donda school, and Kanye started making unwanted advances. Pashetta says she tried to rebuff Kanye, but he kissed her on the mouth and asked questions about her, what her vagina was like. She says she again tried to fend him off, but it was to no avail, claiming things took a dark turn at a writing session for a new album in his hotel suite. Pashetta says Kanye masturbated and touched her vagina before falling asleep mid-sentence as he was talking to her. Kanye then allegedly showed up at Pashetta's hotel room and demanded she let him use her shower before pushing his way through the door. Pashetta says Kanye shoved her onto the bed, pinned her down, and forced his penis into her mouth. She says she begged and pleaded for Ye to stop and froze in shock and fear. She says Ye eventually stopped, apologized to her, and walked out of the room. So like she took a few lines from Diddy's lawsuit. Now, they say, and get this, Pashetta says Ye offered her a sexual gift, offer her as a sexual gift to someone in exchange for Ye having sex with that person's significant other. She says Ye notoriously offered women as sexual gift to men. Okay. And they go in to say, by the way, in her first amended complaint filed in May, Pashetta accused Kanye West of drugging her at a studio session co-hosted by Diddy, among other things. They reach out to Ye, but no further response from Kanye. No, I did not believe Lauren Pashetta the first time, and I still don't believe her, because I'm not saying that the things that she has mentioned is impossible or did not take place, but a lot of things that she has said before this did not add up nor make any sense whatsoever. Now also, she has attorneys that has been removing themselves from the case. There's a lot going on with this case behind the scenes. I've done a few videos covering it, but one of the major thing why she was dropped by an attorney is because she said that Kanye would video call her and be inappropriate. Okay, she cannot provide any of that evidence as it relates to the video call. But as it relates to the text messages that she had outlined and the things that she said Ye said to her in those text messages, she is still yet to provide any evidence of such text message. And if you guys take, for example, the Sean Diddy Combs case, when it came to Jane Doe and Cassie, they had some kind of evidence in support of their statements. So we saw text messages coming out from Cassie. We saw emails and all of that jazz. Now, with Lauren Pashetta has quoted Ye on numerous occasions in in the initial lawsuit, even before it was amended. But each time she amends the lawsuit, she's still not providing any evidence of the text messages. How can you quote someone verbatim, but your attorneys keep asking you for the text messages, you know? But you cannot provide any of the text messages. Take, for example, the lawsuit that was filed against Tyler Perry a few days ago. We saw those text messages, even though the text messages did not give what the accuser was saying. At least the accuser had his text messages as evidence to support his statements, whether in our opinion it made sense or not. He provided what he believed was supporting evidence. Lauren Pichetta, until this day, cannot provide any supporting evidence. Now, Ye tweeted out a few months ago when he was going off on the internet saying, she smelled and he never smashed her or anything like that. But I believe that there was, a flirtatious thing going on between them. But as it relates to the rest of her claims, she would have to provide, for me, she would have to submit at least one screenshot from the text messages that she has quoted for me to even believe her, because there's some things that are not making any sense that she has outlined. She keeps amending the lawsuit to add new claims. And my common sense is telling me that the new claims are mirroring the incidents that transpired between Sean Diddy Combs, Cassie Ventura, and Jane Doe. She's mirroring those things to help her build a case against Kanye West. Kanye West is a lot of things. He has said a lot of horrible, disgusting things. And I believe that Kanye is involved in freak-offs. We've heard the allegations of him being involved in freak-offs and all of that. And if someone should bring a lawsuit forward that makes sense, that is plausible, I'm going to believe Kanye did it. But when it comes to Lauren Pichetta, there are too many big red question marks, and the question marks are consistently flowing, and the claims from her, they are consistently not connecting. But there's one little thing that she could do to actually change the entire trajectory of this lawsuit, and that one thing she can do is to make those text messages available. I'm not going to believe her until she makes those text messages available, because already the case is not making much sense. It is possible for things to happen, and it is very much possible for many of those things to happen. But at the same time, it's not connecting. And secondly, first of all, where are the text messages that you told us about initially? They had asked for them. You still haven't submitted them. The lawsuit keeps getting amended to add more claims, but you're still not even giving us a shred of evidence, irrespective of the fact that you included in the lawsuit you have quoted messages from him maybe over 100 times. Why are you hiding those text messages? Why it is so important to hide those text messages from the public? Because those text messages can actually vindicate you and give you a clear win, because no judge would see those text messages and still be pushing for this case to be, pushed forward. Absolutely not. If you should bring those things that you've quoted from Kanye forward in this case, you'd have long received a settlement, because that would be Kanye getting caught red-handed. So why cannot you help us to help you? Show us the text messages. You don't even need to show us all of them. Show us some of them, nothing else. And that's just my 2 cents. I still don't believe her. I'm still not buying her story. And I do believe that Ye is capable of a lot of things because I've been looking at his tweets and I don't care if he said them at a point where he was off on sound mind. But for me, when it comes to Lauren Prashetta, the major thing is this. When you can argue everything else, this girl told us she has tons of text messages as proof, and she's still not able to provide any of any of the text messages. She's able to quote them, but she cannot provide us with even a single screenshot. So as such, why are you hiding those text messages when those messages can't be used to vindicate you so easily? I don't get it. But if you guys do, leave a comment and let me know what's your take. While you're at it, do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.